Hi, hello. Hi, buddy. Happy to see ya. How you doing? How's everyone doing? I hope the week started well for everyone. Oh, thank you, buddy. Hi, Dog Day, Dog Day. I still love your username. Happy to see people joining in. Full disclaimer, I was a bit sick yesterday. I am way better today, but still not fully there. Hi Suna, thank you. Thank you. So maybe I will be a little bit low on energy, a little bit slower. I'll still try my best though. Hi Shippy. Yeah, we are going to be working on Twinkle's Galactic tour, which is the game I'm working on. So let's just go here and start already. There we go. What we'll be doing today for the game is we are going to add items that I need for future levels. We're going to code a few interesting systems and mechanics, and maybe I will show you some of the new things that I made lately. Like for example, and this is the test scene, this is not like a real environment that will be in the game. You might recognize this from the first teaser that used like a different layout for the city. So I just turned that scene into a test scene. And one thing I want to start with, so you can all see, is like this star in here is what turns the little UFO that Twinkle has into a vehicle for her to ride for a while, and I changed it, and now it actually has, different looks. It has some extra pieces on top, like it actually transforms into a vehicle, and there will be other power-ups that will also transform the UFO into another different vehicle. Oh hey Bacon, happy to see ya! How you doing? I was just showing a couple of new things. Still recognize you though. So yeah, I changed that, and also I will show you something else that is not in this test scene. And I will show this better like in maybe tomorrow. I hope you are doing okay, Bacon, by the way. You've been busy for a long time. So yeah, loading the city. One thing I did that is like not flashy but important is that now when I start the game, just from the scene itself, I start with a load of money and most items, so I can test things properly. And that will allow me to actually show you this real quick. Well, you know where to find it, Bacon, actually. So we are here, we are in the city. By the way, the rails, they work way better now. I overhauled them a bit ago. Cool moves, like, do you know how in Mario you can like hit the jump button just as you land and do like a bounce jump? We got that here, but you can also, when you land, hit the slide button and you do like a rolling slide, and it's faster than a normal slide. So there's like a bunch of options in there. But also this is what I wanted to show you today. Like you go to the restaurant, for example, and you get the option to get green spaghetti or hearty pasta. And I get microwave. Hi you, happy to see ya. And also hi Lesser Known. So yeah, and then if you pick one of those, you not only get the benefits from it like before, no, you get this tiny cutscene. And you get to see how you ate the food. And there is like slightly difference between each of them. Like here, for example, you see the plate is different and also the fork doesn't have anything on it. Look at her go. Hi Brad, happy to see ya. Yeah, but here's the thing, Brad, like...
Intercepted a transmission from gaming_electros that says this. How much to add a setting to the Twinkle game where every second has a 1/100.000 chance of triggering a jam jump scare?
Maybe I will add that as a little Easter egg. But here's the thing, like you go here, and this is the other restaurant that there is right now. This one is ice creams, and you get, for example, this one, and you see different animation. Hi Dream, happy to see ya. So yeah, like this is a cool little system, and if you pause the game, you see that it is in here, in the equipment. Because each food that you eat has like a cool bonus or an effect for at least one level. When you finish one level, the food goes away and you have to eat something else. Now, let me get a big sip of coffee, because I am literally so sleepy today. Big shout outs to Ayase, my wife, the love of my life. She brought me this coffee, she's the best. I don't know where I would be without her, to be honest. Seriously? It's like the same system? Oh, great minds think alike. But no, seriously, I think it is like a very logical system. I was inspired by Zelda Breath of the Wild. What you do when you sleep at the bed.
Got a message from our pal Little Norwegians. They say the following. Yo, molegato. Go drink some coffee.
No, but seriously, like I just remember back in the early design days of Twinkle, I saw that in Breath of the Wild, if you sleep on a good bed, it gives you like temporary health boosts. And I thought, hey, you know, that would be cool for other things rather than sleeping, like food and whatnot. Because, you know, equipment is permanent, you just equip it and you have it forever. But there's other things like food that just last for a bit. And I thought it would be cool to have like this variety, this difference between both systems at once. Anyways, so let me get the list of items that we need to work on today. And we'll just work until there's not enough time to continue, because the list is long. First off, I want to make pressure plates. Oh, that will be cool. Like, I was thinking about reusing the code from Fragan, but I'm thinking I will code it from scratch, just to maybe make it cleaner. But anyway, the first thing... Oh, thank you for following, Apirine. Welcome to the mines. Oh, by the way, another thing that I changed, I added the animation I made last week to the animation redeem, as well as all of the switch to Chang animations and a couple of animations from Twinkle. So, like, we got a lot of them. You can think of them as little bumpers. They take from 10 to 15 seconds. They're fun. Alright, so let me see. First things first, I want to go here to Blender, and I got like the items in this file. Fun fact, you can see the food in here too. I will create a pressure plate in here. I think I will like start by duplicating this one, the spike pad, and use it as a base. obviously without spikes. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. Welcome back on your old account, Bacon. Alright, so what I will do is we got all of these. Like, this is a 2x2, and I want it to be just one. So I will just move this over here. And it looks bad, like there's a lot of stretching. So I don't know, maybe I will just start from scratch. Just use this as a side reference. There we go. So yeah, the cube. Move it up. There we go. And we want this to be like an interesting shape, so you know that you can press it and it's not just a square. So what I will do is I will duplicate this, move it up like half this amount, and out of this I will move down, and then out of this I can like make a little bit smaller. There we go. Hi, Mr. Sword. Hello. Doing okay. Recovering from a little bit of illness, but other than that, doing okay. Just like so tired, honestly. Like, that's the only difference from usual. Alright, so I got this shape in here. And this looks nice for a pressure plate. Saving. Hi Prolo, happy to see ya. How you doing? I think I maybe got something at the anime con I was this weekend. Oh, I hope it goes well, Rim. Okay, so what I will do also is shade smooth. And I will make all of this sharp. And also I need to change a setting. I recall, where was this? There we go. Don't really like this. We will make this one sharp. I don't know. None of this is sharp too. And all of this is sharp, so we got like this rounded top and sharp bottom. Alright, so we got this, but we need to actually texture it. There we go. Alright, and we already got a few things that we can use for the bottom part. I want to be able to just like set the color for different buttons. I will see what I can do about that in game, because I really want to be able to just choose a color instead of having different items, if I can do it. Let me see. We got these that we use for the boost pads. I think something like that will work. So let's go to a sprite. And I will... Hey, come on. Why am I not... Oh yeah, there we go. I got several layers. Alright, so what I will do is just change everything to be the same color. Something like this, so we got like a whole block. And then I will just use one block for the button. And maybe I will make it white, so we can like tint it with better color. What happens if you step on a social pressure plate? Well, I don't know, but maybe you should do that. Everyone's doing it already. Like, who are you? Are you the only weirdo that is not stepping on those? I guess that's how it will go. I'm sorry, very bad joke. So I will have like maybe a gradient. For the bottom. There we go, 3, so we don't really need all of this. So maybe I do like this shape to be a little bit rounded. And maybe I want it to be like having some steps on it. Like this is 29 by 29, so 15. And maybe we get like these foot shapes in here. Ow! What was that for the... Yeah, maybe something like this. Maybe we can even add some highlights. Is that your way of saying hi? Because I can see it backfiring in a few situations. Thankfully here I do have a big helmet, so nothing bad has to happen. But please refrain from throwing boxes to people outside of the lowpoly mines. Alright. I think I will move this a little bit over here. Hi, 12-1. Happy to see ya. Look at this. Oops. Alright, this is like okay, but looks a little bit weird. What I will do is move this one up. Maybe move this a bit over here. Over here. So now it looks more like steps. Hey, it's a very bring your own helmet kind of thing in here. Oh, please don't. Okay, so what I will do is like have two versions of this. And one will be late.
Got a message from our pal TGC_Dave. They say the following. I've decided to do all my jokes in sign language from now on. That way I'm sure nobody has heard them before.
Oh my god. And this one will be like lit up, maybe. We got these.
Hey boss. Incoming message from 12-1. It reads, Yay Mohawk.
Oh dear. And I'm thinking like the only difference in here will be that this will have an emitted map. And here's the cool thing, we got this. So I will copy this, and here in the emissive layer I will paste it, and this will be like gray, maybe a bit darker, but then the inside will be completely white. We'll see how that works. In either case, we go back to Blender, we got the texture in here. We actually have to select it. Oh yeah, by the way, it is not exporting because I have recently set this up in a slightly different way, and I need to export it to the albedo file. There we go. Alright, now we got this. So what I will do is pick up this. Oh, thanks Trick. Thank you so much, Dave. I will cut this over here. Get rid of all of this. And for this I will just come here. Yeah, do you know what? I will try something. I got rid of the bottom part and just mark this as a sim. Oh, thank you for the subscription, lesser known. Thank you so much. And thank you for the streak, Suna. Oh my god, 30. That's a long streak. Thank you so much. Okay, so I got this. I can kinda do this. There we go. So now we got this completely textured, and I can just kinda duplicate this. And merge by distance. There we go. So we got the base. And now as for this, I will project from view. And add it over here. There we go. And until there's no deformation, there we go. Correct shape. But also I want to pick the sides. And just reset them. Should have the... Oh my god, I got so scared about that one. Okay, everyone, this is correct. Alright, so we got the sides too. And I will now like... Actually, let me hide this. To grade. There we go. And there we go. Oh, let me check real quick. Oh my god, this is weirdly adorable. I don't know how you did it. Let me try and pin it to the string. Just so we can actually get to see it for a bit. There we go. Look at this thing. I don't know how you make it. You might have look cute even with this hairstyle. We'll make this tiny and I will add it in here. So we can like watch the string with us, at least for a while. Oh, that is too strange. Ubisoft doing something right like that. This is a banger. Like, I love the soundtrack in Mr. Domino. Okay, so what I will do is now that this is pressed, I will move this down a little bit. But you know what, I will like get the center in here. Alright, and all of this I will make it like so. So it's like pressed, and also it is using the other texture. That looks very similar right now, but will be different in-game because of the emission. Okay, so let me rename this to pressure plate off and pressure plate on. There we go. I will also come in here to sprite and like export the emissive map too. There we go. So if I come in here into Unity, but actually I missed one important step. I should export this as FBX. There we go. I should be able to add the items now. So let me see, I will add it over here, maybe. So I will start by adding an empty object. Place it over here. This is on the read. Pressure plate. And now I add a cube in here that will be our button. But we get the pressure plate mesh. And also the items material. There we go. We don't want a collider in here. The collider will be in the parent. Also, hi Balsay! Happy to see ya! How you doing? Again, as every single time you come here, love your work. You're so underrated. And I will adjust this a little bit. Okay, so this is like 0.25. Something like this. In fact, I think I will make it like half. There we go. And this is 2, and this is 2. So we got the box for this. For normal collision, this is in default. This will be mesh off. Oh, it happens. House chores are never ending. This one is on, so I will pick the other. And you can already see, like, this one looks way different. It maybe is too strong, though. So I will try something. I will hide this one, and I will go back to Blender, and I will go to vertex paint, hide the base, and all of these I will paint red. Let me see. Why is this not painting? Oh, it's because the material doesn't support all of that in Blender yet. Okay, should be completely painted. Should we make for lunch today? I'm not sure. Maybe you should make some spaghetti. Because I remember the one you made in 3D for Wrath was like very realistic. So maybe you can try and compare if you can make something as good in real life too. Right, so I go. Yeah, the drawing it doesn't really look any different. Why? Oh, because this material doesn't. Yeah, it should be using the vertex colors. Strange. Well, I will just maybe make it red in the texture for now. I will look into it later, because I want to be able to color them. Let me see, maybe we can make them yellow. Maybe something like this, very Mario-like. And in the emissive one, I will do something like this. Maybe. Why is this not responding? Yeah, there we go. Alright. Okay, so now this looks different. And now this one is actually... Oh, because I painted red the normal one. I see, I see. Well, for now I will just paint it white. I will work on the variations later. There we go, exporting. There we go. So we got like two of them meshes. So let's actually start coding. Let me see. Let me see, I will create this script call. Switch setter. And I will add it in here. Okay. There we go, saving. Also high, Sonic 97-200. Okay, so let's open this script. Let's see if we can make it, you know, easy to use in a variety of of situations, because I really don't want to create 700 scripts for just this system. So let me see. First of all, we need to have like a key. And this will be the key that we'll be using. By the way, I should make this way bigger for you to be able to read it. There we go. Maybe I will just call this... Nah, key is okay. Then we'll maybe have... yeah, a game object for on and another for off. There's Mohawk Twinkle. You didn't get to see her in big size. Let me just... Whoop. There we go. There we go. I don't know. I don't think Mohawk is the first choice. I want to add cosmetics. Like at the very minimum, there will be costumes. And depending on how things go, maybe there will be also different hairstyles, accessories, or maybe even be able to customize her clothing piece by piece. But that really depends on how things go. Alright, so we got these. Now I want several options for this. Maybe a restarting time. And this is 0 by default. Let me see what else. Maybe we need an effect for when you step on it. We want all of these to be together, and we want the mechanics to be here, so let's add some headers. There we go. And now maybe we want to be able to set this in different ways. Or maybe we want to also be able to turn it back on or back off. There we go. Now what else? I want to be able to do like two different things with these, depending on the level and the situation. I want for on one hand to be able to act like all of those are together on the same key. Like you have two pressure plates and either of them just activates the key. And I also want to be able to just have like a bunch of buttons that you need to press all of them. So I'm thinking this, instead of a switch setter, should be a switch effect, and we should have another component for setting it up on and off. and the setter will generate from the visual one. So we got like all of this. So yeah, let me create another one. Come here. Switch them. There we go. It is loading. This is so slow. Okay, switch item. There we go. And this one, the switch item, will have the key. And we'll have all of these visuals too. Alright. And then maybe it will have an end called required amount. That is 1 by default. Let me see. Because I'm thinking like all of those setters will like count on being on or off. So this one will be called activation. And now this one will not need any of these. We got the setter, and this generates from switch item. There we go. There we go, there we go. So now, first things first. We want, when we set something to be on or off, we need a value for that. We need a volume. That by default is false. Alright. Also, here on the setter, maybe we want to be able to set it when you enter the trigger zone. So there we go. Alright, so we want to turn this on when we hit the trigger. And maybe we want the trigger to be just the player, I think. Let me think. Maybe we got like a bunch of tags for that. And it is like empty by default. And you know what, this shouldn't be an array, this should be a list. So we can use the contains. So if we have the tag or the tags are empty, we do the toggle thing. So, first thing we do is set the is on to the opposite value, but only if we got this. This should be protected, by the way, so we can use it in the generated one. So if we allow that, then is on equals true. And if we are on and we allow to turn it off, we set it to false. There we go. And maybe I will even make a call to update the graphics, right? So we go in here. Call this change value. And here is when we will like change the effects. Like first of all, we will instantiate the toggle effect. And we will destroy it after maybe 5 seconds, but we'll only do this if we have an effect. Also, depending on the value, we will activate one object or another. Yeah, so this way we can like do this here. So now when we toggle it, which by the way this should only be if toggle on trigger. Because we'll maybe have like different ways to toggle this, like maybe there is also like levers that you need to hit with an attack or stuff like that. I'm gonna drink some water. Alright. Oh, you didn't get to see that 12 one? There it is. She looks like a dragon instead of an alien in that one. But she's still so cute. Alright, so we got this. We got the toggle, we got the settings. This should already work on a very basic level. We will add more things as we go on. Like, let me get in here. We got the key will be called, I don't know, like blade only required amount is 1. We will change this also to check for others, by the way, but for now it is just going to check for itself. The onwell should be first. And we don't have an effect, but whatever. And we toggle on trigger. That means we need to actually add another box collider. And this one I will make a little bit smaller. Something like this. Nice trigger. All right. Something like this. All right. So now let's try. Let's see if this works. And I will move Twinkle around so we are closer to the item. In fact, I will make this a prefab already. I'll create a folder in here, call this switches, and add this in here. Alright. Yeah, Hotline Miami, it is so good. It's got some good songs. I specifically like 2 of them. I think both of them are in this playlist. Alright, so now if I hit it here, it changes. And it is like doing nothing. Maybe because I am not allowing it to be set on or off. Yeah, it allows both of them. Okay, so we need to actually do a couple things. First off is when we start, we call the here on the part 1, we call on change value. That way it updates at first. And also it should allow us to actually change. Like at first it didn't have the correct value visually. But thank you. I don't know, the post menu is actually something I'm quite proud of, because it's got some cool little things going on. Like you see the song that is playing in here, and if you are playing like a song that is not like a main song, that is just like background music, like it happens during cutscenes or minigames, you will see instead a symbol in here. And you also get to see the equipment in here. It's pretty nifty. Okay, so this is not working. Why? It should be changing. But it isn't. So let me see what is going on with this. Oh, first off, the start function in here should call the parent class. There we go. And we will change this to protected. No, I cannot do that. Who was this? Why cannot I use the start one? Does it need to be public? Or virtual? I need to check because I am doing this with other things. In fact, I'm doing this with enemies, so I will check. It's been such a long time since I did inheritance in C#. So I got the chaser enemy, base start, and it is protected virtual. There we go, it's both of those things. There we go. There we go. And this one should... Let me see. This should also do the same thing. Override protected bot. There we go. Alright, so now we can call this method when we start. And then when we toggle, we change the isOn value. And we call this method, which will change the active object and spawn the effect if we have one. It shouldn't be so complicated, it should work actually. Oh, I love this track too. I've only played Bomberman Hero a little bit. See, now it is starting us off, but it is not changing. Let me check something real quick. It should be working. So let's do some debugging. It is so good. So let's see if we are calling the toggle function. I did this with the classic hey. This is like 90% of my debugging, this line in here. By the way, I had to show you something else that is new too, that you have probably not seen in any video or anything like that. And is that now when you go into parallel rails, you can just you can change from one to another. And it works flawlessly even if you are like in a different direction. It was so hard that I am so proud of it. Okay, so we are calling the method. And alright, I think I know what's the problem. We are in fact turning it on and off again. We need to return after one change, because we don't want to like do both things. That was such a silly mistake. Thank you, Torban. I tell you, my brain is not at 100% capacity today. Okay, so now we are actually doing this. Why is it turning off? Oh, because something else is entering. We are allowing any tag in it. I see. So we want to specify for this player. There we go. And now only if the player steps on it, we will be able to toggle it. I don't know why is it turning off when we leave. Let's actually do one thing in here. When this happens, we will debug that log and we will print the name of the item that is toggling it, so we see what is happening exactly. It is possible that we need to add like a cooldown for physics jittery and stuff like that. Okay, so we get in here and Twinkle playable and we get off. Okay, I see how it is. Since this is like a step, it is doing some weird jittery. So we do need a little bit of a cooldown. Let's actually work on this next. This is 0. And in update, if cooldown is higher than 0, we subtract time. Alright, and now when we do this and we toggle, we actually also set the cooldown to 0 to 1, for example. And also when we start the toggle, if cooldown is higher than 0, we return. Let's add some comments so we don't miss anything here. There we go. And there we go. Oh, there is a sequel to Bomberman Hero? Because I only played the one in the Nintendo 64. I didn't know there was another. If there is, like, I would like to know more about it. Because I love the idea of you know, a platformer with a kind of top-down camera and being able to place bombs and kick them around. It was just so fun. Plus the explosions were just so satisfactory. Maybe at some point I will make a platformer inspired by it, because I just like exploding attack stuff. Oh, the second attack! I've heard about that. I didn't know it was like a sequel. I thought it was like a normal Bomberman game, which, to be honest, is not what I'm interested in. So that's why I didn't check it, because, you know, I love Bomberman Hero. I love Bomberman as a character. I really don't like Bomberman gameplay in the normal games. Okay? Perfect. Not perfect, apparently. Why is it turning on when I leave? It shouldn't. Maybe it's because of the hitbox. Maybe this should just be the same size, and that's all. Well, I will look into it. It's because physics are like jittering. Yeah, you can see that happening right now. So that's not ideal. Let me check. Alright. Problem is we are entering and exiting all the time. So this should be called here. Like well, not here because then it will never to go here. There we go. So whenever we hit it, even if we are not toggling, we will be setting the cooldown. So yeah, you know what? I am getting ideas. I will just save them in my mind. Why is this? It shouldn't work when I'm leaving. I am really stumped by this. Like it is doing some weird Unity things. Maybe we need like a more distinct shape for the trigger. Probably legally this thing me out. I do look a little bit like a meow. Okay. Oh, I think I know what's the problem. Okay, this is silly. But this box collider, the one for the floor, I need to separate it. We cannot have the floor to be the same mesh as the trigger. This one is default. This wall just comes in here, and this one doesn't have this one. And also this one has a different layer. Maybe pickups. Only this object. There we go. So now the trigger won't be acting as floor and thus the character shouldn't be jittering. So I can go back to having this hitbox that I like. There we go. And the problem was basically that the trigger area was being recognized as floor by the character, so it would like going into it. There we go. No, nothing weird happens. Okay, so now we can continue with the features. Okay, so let me see. Let's back to code, and we want to, instead of just checking if this specific button is pressed, we want to check that we meet the requirements. So let's make a method for this. and this will return the number of items that are on in this one. So let me see. Actually, we will add yet another thing in here, or just like a tooltip. Because I want to be able to toggle between just checking oneself and checking the amount. There we go. So now we will like use this when checking things. With the discount on. With a key. So now we need to actually count when something is on. And we need to be able to add the... Yeah, saving. Gotta save. So now we need to do several things. Thank you. We should have like a list of each of them and count if they are on or not, instead of searching for them every single time we search, which is inefficient. I will do a few things. One is to have a static list of them. And this starts as a new list. Then we want to also have a singleton, which is like an instance of the class. And this one starts as null. And here's the thing, when you know what, just in case the item gets deleted, we will check in update too. If instance equals null, then instance equals this. And maybe not only that, but we also like restart the list. Or maybe not, maybe we will just change this when the new level is loaded. Let me see if we got a method for that. Oh, I gotta save as soon as I finish this part. Let me see. We don't have anything like this.
Yo molegato, drink some water.
Drinking some water, you got it. Let me search real quick. Oh yeah, I had to subscribe to the method. Hi, I'm here for the beer. We are working on some items for the game I'm working on, which is called Twinkle's Galactic Tour. So now we do this, and this needs to be using the same management. And then we do this. So now in here, oh, let me see, because I need to actually add this in here. Parameters. And what I will do is
I've got a good joke for you.
do this.
I'm so good at sleeping, I can do it with my eyes closed.
You said that the last stream, Jam. Okay, so whenever we start a new thing, like we clean all of this. That's the thing. And if we don't have an instance, we become the instance. Oh, look at her go. Actually, I'm thinking, is this setup?
Yo. TGC_Dave has got something to say. It goes. My wife hates that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and right.
That's a good one. I'm thinking we don't even need this instance, for now at least. Because this is just a new method that everything will be able to check to listen to. Okay, so now let me check the requirements. Yeah, there we go. So I come back to this and we want to count every single item in the list. For each switch item SIN. I'll switch items. We count. If we have the same key and this is on, and then we return the count. There we go. Now we need to do two things. One is to actually add this to the list. All right. But you know what? I am thinking I don't think I need this. I just want to be able to let me do this in a different way. Because we are not going to survive a scene change. We just need to be able to clean it if we are just starting. So we do this, I think it's this. Yeah, this should remove everything that is null in the list. and then we add ourselves. And now we got this that counts everything because we are adding ourselves. So here we will get this. At first we just get our own value, and now if required amount is higher than 0, then matches is count on with our key is higher or equal than required amount. There we go. And instead of using it on, we use matches. There we go.
Yo. 12-1 has got something to say. It goes. Yay song yay.
Yay song yay. There we go. No, I want to be able to just use the effect when we are changing the thing. We'll see about that. For now, just using it whenever we change things. Okay, so testing again. I go back to the scene and I got this one. The required amount is 0, so it just applies to itself. And I will like hide this one, and I will add like a few of them, like 4 of them, and then this one, which will be our check that we got 4 of them lit on, and this one doesn't get to change anything. There we go. Hi QC, happy to see ya. So let's see, now we should be able to activate and deactivate those 4, and only if all of those 4 are on, the 5th one will be lit too. Let me see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's not working. Because this one is not being changed. Okay, I see. Okay. We are only calling the change value whenever we set our own. What we should do instead is let me think about it. Yeah, I think I will change how this works, so it is a little bit more actually easier to understand. Now let me think about this design wise. Okay, so I will do this and if we got more than one, Then we get this. And if this happens, we set ourselves on. Or rather, we let me think. So we got a boolean matches that is equal to this. Alright, and now what we'll do is that if matches is not the same as is on, we will actually change the value of is on to be that of matches, and then we will call the unchanged value for ourselves. Alright, that means that items that need an amount will auto set. But now we got the problem and is that those also count, but I guess that will be okay if you know we just disable being able to toggle them. In fact, I think we should like not toggle on or off if we got this. We'll see. For now, let's just test because that's all edge cases. Okay, so I go and activate 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's still not working. How? Why? This one has a required amount of 4. Oh, because this is unnecessary now. This is our own status now. We are doing this already in here in update, and this is actually should be doing the same thing. We should have this, and we should have base.update, because we want to do both our code and the code from the base class. So we do this. There we go. And now this should be doing both instances of the code. Sorry about that. Inheritance is such a pain to work with, but it's so useful. And it allows for such a clean design. Like, we wouldn't need a bunch of classes and checking for the existence of others. There we go. And if I turn this off, this one should... Huh, interesting, because it's... Okay, it's counting itself. And it shouldn't. That's an edge case that we need to fix. So let's do that. Let's actually come in here to the counter, and when we are counting, we will only check if the required amount is 0. Alright, There we go. So now we can like activate several buttons and you know, have an extra item that only activates if all of them are correct. And you know, we also have the ability to turn on or off the buttons. So it's cool that we can like make them only be able to turn on, so this becomes permanent or not. I'm thinking also I will like make the initial status to be a public variable, so we can actually like change what is on by default. So I set it to public. And this. And now I think I can like make a few of these start as on, so we can like turn them off. Like maybe you want to turn off the other thing, and by default those are on. Oh, thank you. I actually am very inspired by Persona for a lot of the menus. You should check the VAB menu. That is like... There we go, this works. Okay, so we got this system down. Now let's imagine I want to have like a wall that goes away if... Oh, hi Nadio, happy to see ya. Let's see if we can have like a wall that goes away if we press these 4 buttons. Let me see. Instead of all of these, I will add a cube called wall off, and this is like just there, just a cube blocking space, and this is wall on, that just like doesn't have a collider, and maybe it is like smaller and over here. To allow pass. There we go. We don't have any of these though. And this will be our toggle wall. So we have the off, we have the on. There we go. We cannot turn it at all. In fact, I will add a switch item instead of a switch setter. We require 4 is on by default, and this is cool because you know this wall in here doesn't change anything. Doesn't change any value, so it's not a setter. It's a different class. Well, this one is a setter. So those are 2 different classes, 2 different components, but we are reusing a lot of common things. Now I will use the same key in here. There we go. So it is like together with these ones. This one, by the way, I will disable the on one and make it be off by default and apply so all of them are the same. There we go. And in fact, another thing I will do is I will rotate them so they are pointing to the object. So now, like, we will have like a wall in there that we cannot go through, and we can just toggle all of those buttons, and once we do, see, I cannot pass, and when I do, it goes away and I can pass. There we go, we can make doors now. There we go, there we go. Alright. So next I want to add like an effect for those buttons so it makes a little sound and maybe add some particles or something. And then maybe we will work on a force field or something to add as a door. So let me see. First off, effects, I will add an empty one. This is the toggle effect, 0, 0, 0. And here I add some particles. Oh, by the way, before we... Oh, sorry, I was showing this... Sorry, I think maybe I wasn't even showing how this works. I'm sorry. I should have minimized the code editor. There should be a way to make Unity just go to the front when testing. In any case, as you can see, I cannot pass through here, and when I toggle everything on, I can just pass. I don't need to apologize, I am supposed to be showing what I do. So yeah, this works. I want to actually, now that we got another persona tracking here, I want to show you this menu I mentioned before. Like, you go here to the band, and you got Bob in here. And you can do this. Oh, we got an exception. Something must not be set correctly in this test scene. Let me actually go to a proper scene. All of the music in Persona is so good. Oh, I should watch that video, QC, because I want to add as much spice to the menus as possible. I really want to make them stand out from, for example, the basic ones we got in Fragment. Okay, so we are back in here, in the proper map, the first hub, Limelight City. Persona 3 and 5, and also 4, like, ever since they decided that they wanted to have, like, vocals in most of the songs, the music direction changed. And you know, Persona 1 and 2, they got good UST, you know, for a classic RPG game, but with Persona 3 they changed the game. In fact, when they made the Persona 1 remaster for the PSP, they added a few new songs with the new composer, and also with Lotus Juice in it, and those tracks are fire. In any case, we go here and we can just get the thing back. Okay, a slight change of plans. This bug I wasn't aware of. We will fix it. We will fix it before we continue. Luckily we are getting an exception Okay, it's in the UI control. Alright, and we are getting the amount of item from the name. Okay, so we might be getting something wrong in here. This should be getting null. So let's see if we find what's wrong in here. Because I think this is because of a rewrite I made in the shop system that makes the crash system create shop entries. Maybe the item names are not being added correctly. So we will check that real quick. In fact, just to make things a little bit faster, I will move Twinkle over here. There we go. Man, I am so looking forward to having news from Persona 6. Like whenever the hell they decide to do that. Probably not this year, maybe early next year, once all of the hype from Persona 4 Revival is gone. Maybe. In any case, coming in here, talking, we get the bug, and it says null. Huh. So we are not only getting wrong names, we are just not getting names at all. So let me see. This is from the shop. This is in craft. We get this method in here. Okay, so we got this. And this gets a list and then creates entries. Okay. Oh, this is the problem. This is setting the name, and it should be setting the item to this. Okay, alright, bug fixed. Let's try again. Let's see if this indeed fixes the issue. It wasn't properly setting the item name when creating shop entries for that menu. Right, loading. Sorry about that detour. We'll be right back to working on those pressure plates and the whole system soon. All of this just because I wanted to show you the menu. Hope you are still there watching. Listen now, because this is the menu I wanted to show you. Like, we go to equipment and she changes the pose, we go to craft, and we are still getting a bug. What the hell? We're not getting the right item. Okay. Oh, because this is empty. Alright, I see, I see. So here's the thing. I will fix it and you'll be able to actually see it. See, the problem is this should be also set up. I think this should work. Hi, Uncle Silver. Happy to see you. Been a while. So we have an empty string, an empty array is the thing. Now as soon as this loads, we'll probably be able to actually see the menu again. Yeah, game is going well. We are actually fixing a small bug and then we'll return to what we were doing today, which is making a switch system. So you can like turn things on and off with buttons and pressure plates and whatnot in the game in a way that actually works inside of the level editor, and I can like set up everything without additional code. Late to that, Bacon, I already saved. How much of the game would you say is done so far? Huh, maybe about 20%. Mind you, at the start things are going slow because there's so much foundation to add. Alright, now it works. There we go, this is what I wanted to show. And we can even like try and do something, but we don't have the materials, we don't have the pieces. And we go back, and we can talk to her. And you know, we got like equipment. Oh, she's not allowing me to craft this because I already have the item in the inventory. So yeah, this is the thing. I'm trying to make a little bit like the Persona menus, with a little bit of Mega Man Legends, with the vehicle and everything. Alright, now that we have done this, I will come here and remove the log line just for cleanup. Her grenade her. She's just like very curly. Alright, so that done, let's go back to the testing and continue working on the pressure plates. We want to add like an effect for when you toggle it. We got these particles, which we won't loop, and we'll emit like 8 of them at once in a circle. The circle is going to be a little bit smaller. There we go, but instead of random it will be burst. Alright. And they will have a very short lifetime, like 1 second. And also their velocity will be limited. That way they like start quick and they kinda get slow after a while. There we go. Could maybe go a little bit faster, maybe 10. There we go. And the circle maybe needs to be a little bit smaller. There we go. Tweaking values until it looks the way I want. Alright, but instead of just this bow, I will like add a star. And we will like maybe animate the size a little bit. And I got like a bunch of curves saved. I think this one should work well. Yeah, this one works. They want it to be a little bit smaller, so maybe 0.5? Wait, this is too small. Alright. Another thing I want to do is like this circle should have a thickness of 0. That way it is like not random at all. There we go, and I want them to rotate also as we go. Like 90. Or maybe we can do it with a curve too. Maybe we can do this. Or maybe... yeah, something like this, but with a way higher speed. Yeah, something like this. I like it. And I will set it to be like yellowish. There we go. This is the first part of the particles. I also want to maybe add like a round, fast shockwave. So no shape this time, no limit velocity, 0 speed, lower lifetime, no rotation, no size either, just this. And this will be local, and I need to rotate it. There we go. So this is like flat on the ground. There we go. And I will change the material, and I got an interesting one, which is the wipe smooth. And as you can see, this is just a triangle, and this is a cool trick. Like, instead of a billboard, I will use a mesh, particle circle, and as you can see, this is like a big circle for this. And if I now animate the texture and I say that this has like 256 frames, there we go. I make like a nice smooth transition. So now I want this to be bigger as we go. There we go. Maybe we want this to peak early and just keep the size like that. Alright. And maybe this should be bigger. There we go. Alright, cool. I want to do another thing, like here in the in the shockwave, in the texture sheet animation, instead of starting from the beginning, I want to start from like the middle of it. Auto and auto. Maybe not as much, maybe something like this. Yeah, something like this. All right. And I want to add a sound effect too. So you add an audio source, sound effect, doing awake. This is 3D. And let me check what sounds do I have. We got pop, we got heal, portal open. Maybe I can use, for now, this sound. There we go. So I disable this. I set this as the toggle effect. I say, so now all plagues should have this. And it is not spawning this. Why? Oh, I think I know what's happening. It is spawning it, but it's not activating it. So what I have to do is come here to this, and in the toggle effect thing. Oh, I'm getting microwave! Sura, why? So I will copy this line in here, and what I will do is not destroy it, just instantiate it and save it in a game object. Then we set it active to true, and then we destroy it. There we go. So now the effect should get activated because it was spawning it but as an inactive object. And we should have the pressure plates done, and we can now work on the door, which I think I will make it like a force field. Okay, so let me move windows around so I can actually see what I'm doing. We got this. And it looks pretty cool, I think.
Yo molegato, drink some water.
Yeah, I should drink some water. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to make a force field material. Maybe even a shader. I did save, I'm saving constantly. Also, hi Fazlo. I love how this turned out. Oh, we got an animation. Poor Anne. There we go. And in the meantime, Twinkle is just giving it her all. I am also proud of this little feature. Like, if you wait for long enough, the UI hides, you get to see the currently playing song, and she just makes this dance video all of her own. So yeah, let's actually work on the thing. We will use this one. We'll call this toggle force field. And let me see. Playmaker, oh, the little console with the... No, that's the playdate. What is Playmaker? Actually. Okay, so we got this, and I want this to be... like a big... wall. Let me see. How do I do this? Do I scale the cube or do I... Oh, visual coding for Unity! I never tried it, like, it came a little bit late for me. Like, when I started off in game development, I would have loved that, but by the time those things started appearing, I was already comfortable with coding. Alright, so I'm thinking I will have this be a quad, maybe? And it will be like 10 by 10, for example. So it's like over here. Maybe. And it's best because she is. Yeah, that's the problem with visual coding solutions. I like coding just for that reason. Okay. Now I want to add some cool material to this. Let me go here to model, scenery, items, materials, and let's make... Maybe I can add this. It kind of works, but it's ugly. Let's make a new material. Let's actually make a new shader. We'll see how this works. We are here to play. I will create new and amplify shader surface, and let's call this force field. Twinkle force field. Oh, C# is easy. It's actually one of the easier languages to learn, at least for basic stuff. Feel free to ask in the Discord if you have specific questions. Okay, so we got this, and I want first of all to have like a pattern going down. So let's add a texture sample, and this is the texture. And we just add it to albedo for now. Alright. I want to dither it, by the way. So I add a dither. I add the alpha. And this... Actually here I should change opaque for transparent cutout. And this goes to opacity. There we go. Let's change this texture to something transparent, just to make sure we get it. Maybe this should be opacity mask instead. There we go. Alright. Let's see, do we have something else that looks more like this? Not really. Well, whatever. We'll just use this for now. When did I start developing this game? Well, that's a tricky question, because, you know, planning it, I started just as I finished Frog and Anchor. But actually developing it, it's been less time, because for the longest time I was just preparing everything, concept-wise, game development, document, you know, all of that, and getting together a few people to help me finding a composer. That was really, real hard. You know, all that. No, I want this to also be the emission. And I want this texture to scroll. So let me see. Where do I have these image effects? UV. Texture coordinates. So I get this texture. How did I do this with the water? Is the thing. Let me open the water one. The waterfall. It's panel, okay. Texture coordinates and panel. And then this goes to the UVs, okay. I get the texture coordinates. And I get a panel. And this goes to the UVs. And the speed for now will just be 1 and 1. There we go. So we can see it moving ahead. I think I will add a float value. And this will be a property. Scroll speed. That starts with 0.1. And this comes here. Alright. And now I want to do another thing. I want to be able to have another texture. And that one will be songs can make that look cool. Oh yeah, the undertone thing. Okay, 12, have a fantastic day, okay? See you around. Okay, what I will do is now add what was this called? I will open the water shader. just to check. The height. Displacement. That fade is the thing. That fade. Alright. And what I will do is, first of all, I will debug this. I want to see how this looks. I don't know. I will multiply. And I will multiply this alpha that we already have with the depth thing and add it to the dither instead of the normal alpha. Okay, so now let's actually go to the materials and test this. I will create a material in here and we'll call this force field. Actually, I will come here and do something. Twinkle slash force field. So that way I can find the shader in here. Twinkle force field. There we go. And if I assign this in here, like it just shows this texture. I will change this for something else, like this for example. And right now, as you can see, it does nothing. One important thing that I want to do is that this shouldn't receive shadows and it shouldn't cast shadows. There we go. Why is it getting a shadow in here? It really shouldn't. No dynamic occlusion, okay, whatever. So now, if I move Twinkle over here, it makes no difference, it's strange. So you must have done something wrong in here. Let me check. Distance 3, compared to linear. Error, saturate. Let's set this to 3 too. It should actually add like some visibility.
Yo molegato, drink some water.
Drinking some water. Because I wanted to show when Twinkle gets near, actually. It's the great idea. So I will move this to the back and we'll see what this is doing. It's not really doing anything. Maybe because of this? No, not really. we should saturate. Still not doing anything. Strange. So this depth fade is just not working. Okay, so for now I will just do this. I'll figure out the depth thing later on. Let's get something that is transparent. Like as you can see, it scrolls. Okay, for now this is all I need for it to do. Let's change it to something else. Because I really wanted it to be something different, but okay, this will do for now. Actually, let's add a color. And this will be a property called color. And I will multiply it. And I will also multiply the alpha with the colors alpha. So if we pick a color that is more transparent, the whole material will be more transparent too. So now we can make this, I don't know, green for example, and even make it less transparent. Alright. Now I want this to be emissive. How do I do this? Standard. Additive, maybe? I don't know, I don't see it being different. It's the Wrestling Evil 4 a movie trap. Oh, I think I see the difference now. Okay. So in any case, we also have like this with nothing in it. So we got like a force field. And I will probably experiment with activation and deactivation effects of camera. But the thing now is that I cannot pass through this, and if I do this, it goes away. Okay. I wonder if I do this, it will just disappear. Okay, so I'm thinking the wall on thing will actually not have a mesh renderer or anything. Instead, it will have a particle system. And this one will be local, no shape, no speed, about just 1 second lifetime, and we'll just emit a single one as we go, as we start. No, this doesn't load. Just this goes to the center, and the size is 10. And this will be the force field material. Just that we animated. Something like this. And we separate the axes. There we go. And this one maybe has a midpoint over here and then goes to 0. Well, this one does something like this, maybe. I see. Okay, so I move this over here, and it works. Just maybe it should have a shorter lifespan. There we go, something like this. Oh, by the way, we have to reconnect. Is the stream going well? Did it have any sort of bug? Alright, so I get this. I know we should have like an animation when the wells turn off. Alright, so we get to see the well, and it does turn off. There we go. So this is the idea behind this system. Okay, cool. Now looking at the list. Oh, interesting. Another thing I have in the list is a pressure plate that actually spits fire after it's turned on after a while. So that should be interesting. Also, I want to do one thing, like on change value, we'll add a new parameter in here that is skip.
Intercepted a transmission from the lesser known one that says this. Someone once asked me how much my roof cost and I said nothing, it was on the house.
That's a good one, Lesser. So we have this parameter that is optional, skip effects. And what we'll do is we only instantiate the effect if this is false. And the reason I added this is so that when we start, we set it to true. So when we start the level, it doesn't spawn the toggle effect. Thank you, Nidio. Alright. Okay, so I'm thinking for the fire pressure plate. Oh, thank you, Lucian. First of all, I will go to a sprite, and I will copy this, and I will copy these two, and I will paste them over here. But the thing is, this will be red instead of yellow. There we go. Maybe I will turn them a little bit more orangey. I think I like this more. There we go. And instead of having a foot pattern, I will add like a little fire. So I will start with a ball. And then I will draw it. Maybe something like this. We add all of these border all around. There we go. I think I will move the flame. There we go. And the difference with normal pressure plates is that after you turn them on, they'll start like burning, and you will be hurt if you try to step on them again. Yeah, maybe something like that. In fact, I think I don't even... Yeah, I don't think I need an extra texture for the animation is the thing. Okay. So I copy this and I go to the image, paste it. And I want to make all of these like super red. And I want this to be very bright orange. Very saturated, something like this. There we go. Mission, yes. Export. And export. Albedo, yes, export. There we go. So back in Blender, I will copy this tune and I will use the new textures. There we go. And now I will rename them. Pressure plate, fire off. And pressure plate, fire on. There we go. And I export so we can have them in the game. And you know what, I will change this one to be fire. In fact, I will leave only 2 of them. There we go. And this one will become fire. There we go, fire. And we change it to be the other one. There we go. And we'll leave this like so. But in the on one, I think I will add the fire effect. Let me just check something real quick. So much spam. I was getting so many spam emails, I thought someone was calling me on the phone. Okay, so this one, let me turn it on so we can see it. This will be a mesh. We'll use this one. White and logo. Okay, so smaller radius, smaller angle, lifetime is just 1, maybe even less, maybe just half a second. Color over lifetime. Let me check. This one. Maybe less speed, maybe just 2. Smaller size. Maybe some size over lifetime too. Yeah, this is cool, this is nice. Okay, but this one shouldn't start at 0, should start more like this. Alright, something like this. So we got like the main flame. And we should add like small squares too. Right, and this should be way smaller. Something like this. Random color, I think. So I can add orange and yellow. Maybe higher speed. Random rotation. And maybe they get smaller too. Maybe we even limit the velocity. Something like
Yo.
this.
TGC_Dave has got something to say. It goes. When people are sad, I let them color my tattoos. Sometimes, all they need is a shoulder to crayon.
That's a good one. Also, where is Chaterino? Did it? Yeah, it crashed. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, so we got the fire. And you know, right now it's just a visual. I should add like a heart box in this. This is a trigger. This is a pickups, and this has hurt area as the tag. Okay, so now whenever you press one of those, they'll create fire and it will hurt you. In fact, it will be instantaneous, so whenever you hit them, you get burned instantly. The next thing we'll do is adding some code for that to not happen. So yeah, you get hurt immediately. Alright. So let's actually add some very useful code. Here in scripts, in items. Actually, I think I have something in here that I can already use. Maybe instantiate. Spawn and contract. This is not. No, probably I don't. Anyway, let's create a new script. Activate after time. Let's let it load so we can actually work on it. God, this is so slow. There we go. And this has like a public game object activate them and public float wait time, it should be 1 second by default, and then we got a counter. So what we'll do is on enable time counter is equal to 0 and activate item dot set active to false. And on update, if time counter is less than wait time, time counter dot set plus equal time dot delta time. And now if time counter is equal or more than wait time, that means we need to activate our object. But only if it's not active yet. There we go. And also, when we disable, we want to disable it. There we go. Alright, so this is a very simple script, but will be useful for many things in the game. Alright, loading. Alright. So now this we add an activate after time. This one, this is disabled. Alright. And in fact, I think I will add this as a new prefab variant. There we go. And I will like add 2 more of these, just so we can actually activate this. Okay, so now when I go here, this starts normal and then start with the fire. And if I just do this, I can like pass without getting burnt. Skill issue. So yeah, like we got these pressure plates that you need to actually go fast in order to not get burnt. And I want this to also not allow you to turn them off. You know, so once they are burning forever. And what else? Oh, I also want to make others that have some timer. So let's make another one for those. Let me see. I will copy this. Maybe the timer ones will be blue. I'm thinking. Do we have any cool blues in here? Not really. So we'll just improvise the colors. There we go. Yeah, this is another banger. Sonic Forces just has such a good soundtrack. Like it's really a thing to behold. Alright, this is not bad, but we might need to smooth things up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and now instead of these steps, by the way, I will copy this so I don't miss the colors. Maybe let's add like a sand clock or something, sandwich. Or maybe a watch.
Got a message from our pal TGC_Dave. They say the following. Twinkle should shoot for the moon. Because even if she misses, she'll be among the stars.
She will be among the stars no matter what. But this should be an odd number, now that I think about it. There we go. So I do this. And then maybe I add this. Oh, thank you, buddy.
Drink some water.
You got it, drinking water, right now. Twinkle's species, don't laugh, they are called noodle. They are noodle, and Bab's species is called Soso. Yeah, noodle, exactly. I think this looks cool as a stopwatch. Maybe we will do this. There we go, maybe something like this works. Alright. I will get rid of this, I will copy this instead now. There we go. And there we go. Alright, so now in the emissive I will paste it again. And maybe I want this to be the light color. There we go, something like this. Now I'm thinking this should be lighter too. There we go. Jammy is a danger noodle. Oh Dave, you and your hot takes. I love this song. Like, this is kind of obscure, not, well, it depends. It's from the Digimon fighting game in the PlayStation 1. That game sure has an inconsistent soundtrack. Some songs are pretty good, some songs are absolute dog shit. Okay, so I will save this. And I will export this too. Alright, so we go to Blender and I will duplicate this too. And all of this I will just move over here. There we go, we got the blue ones, which I will now rename. Instead of fire, it is time. There we go. So we got even more pressure plates. And if I export now, I will come to Unity, get rid of this, duplicate this one, this will be the timed one. She's just like very enthusiastic. You cannot really hold it to her. This is the on, this is the time on. There we go. We got this one working, and right now we had to go back to our setting code and actually add some more code for the timer. After here in activation, not in setter, we will add some more things. We will have here in setter, or maybe even, nah, this doesn't make sense in the other. So here we will have, we already have turned off after. We will change this to reset time. And what we will do is time since toggle equals 0, and starting value. So what we do is set the starting value to is on. And now, when we toggle it, let me check on change value. Okay, we will do something here. We add this method here too, and the first thing we do is base dot and change value skip effects. But yeah, void. Let me see, what is the difference in here? Private void. Public void. There we go. Alright, this should work. Maybe it should just be override. It doesn't let me. Okay, we'll see if this works. And after we do this, if this on is different than starting value, then we change the time since toggle to reset time, but only if reset time is higher than 0. Okay, so now in update, if this is higher than 0 and reset time is higher than 0, we do this again, and if time since toggle is less or equal to 0, that means our time is off on, and we will do this. This is equal to starting value, and we change the value. Alright, so that means that we will like get back to the normal value. Let's just try and see if it works. Okay, so this one will have, let me see if it stops loading. This is so slow. Come on, Unity. Okay, so this one will have a reset time of 5, for example. And I will in fact add this as a variant too. So I can add like a bunch of those, or at least 2 of them. Come on, Unity. Really, it really is something we have to deal with. Okay, so now what it should happen is that after 5 seconds it goes back to normal. And maybe I can add a visual for that. We'll see about that. Okay? And now we wait. And yeah, it goes back to normal after a while. But we can turn it off though. Okay. So a few things. One is that if we are here and time is less than that, we should also check that is on. Let me move things around. Is different from a starting value. That means that if we are already in a normal time, we don't reset. Maybe I will also have, let me move this around over here and maybe have a sprite or an image. Can I actually have like an image in here? Let me check. Sprite, square, and maybe move it over here. Alright, I cannot make it filled. Oh, that's a bummer. I wanted it to be a filled one. I can only have these 3 values. Such a shame. Sprite shape? What is this? Fill, edge, color. I don't know what this is. It really is doing nothing. Well, that's a shame. I wanted to add like a little bar that goes around. I will work on that at some other time. Okay, so with this we got like a bunch of plates. I will also add a force field in here. And like for example, let's imagine that I get rid of these and just have like 4 of them. And if I want to actually open this wall. Oh, hi Aggie! Happy to see ya! Let me see. Ow! So yeah, like I have to actually turn them all on time, or this will go back to normal. So you gotta be fast. Okay, I want to do another thing, and is that when all of those get on, maybe I want to lock in the status for this key. So I will add a bowl in here, and not here, on this one, on the switch item. And here, lock on. Key and change. This is false, and I will add a tool so I don't forget what it does. There we go. So what we'll do is, first off, the starting value, I will move it to this one. There we go. And this actually needs to be protected instead of private. Hi Waro! Okay, so this works again. And what I want to do is whenever we change the value, if we do this, if the value is different from the starting one, what we will do is, for every single item with this key, we will set them the same value and then disable them and remove them from the list. Maybe only if the value is different. So we don't like add the same effect on items that are already in the correct value. Then we disable them. And then we go to all switch item, remove all, x.key equals key. Alright. So now, and this is cool. Let me just try this real quick. I come here and, for example, this wall, I do this, the lock thing, and now I have to really quickly toggle all of those time paths. And let me move things around so I can see. So yeah, like I just activate 2 and I wait, and because they are timed, they will just go back in 5 seconds. Well, they are not doing that, aren't they? Let me check real quick what is going on. Setting the value. I will add the name just to see what is going on. Okay, so
intercepted a transmission from Weraduck that says this. Hey Mole, will I the Great Jam be in Twinkle?
Do you know what? I have thought about that. Now, why is the starting value not the same? It should literally be the same. There we go. I should really add her as an Easter egg at the very least. But I actually have thought about what role Jam and Ann could have in this game as virtual beings.
Yo, Weraduck has got something to say. It goes. You better put me in the game or else I'll install malware onto every single machine in the mines. Again.
Again? So yeah, like, seriously, I was thinking, if I ever get to do a DLC or expansion or something, it could be about Twinkle going to a virtual vacation, and there she meets Jam and Ann as virtual assistants. Now, why is this not correct? Why is this different? This is on by default. Oh, because it is changing due to its requirements. There we go. Okay, so now, if I hit this one, it's 5 seconds and it goes back. But if I hit all of them, the door goes out and they are not going to do the timer anymore. They are not going to go down. So once you manage to do the minigame, you just like don't have to worry about it. Optionally, I might add some puzzles in which they go back, and you know, the opposite. So I think with that we made like some really cool variations of this mechanic. Yeah, I can have this and this one to be only requiring 3. And I think that's it. Like, we can test it now. Oh, sorry, I did this thing again. So, you know, we can toggle all of this. And then, you know, everything is turned on. Oh, this one still allows me to turn it off. Which really shouldn't. Huh, strange. Maybe here we should do something that if we are disabled we shouldn't do that. There we go. Safety measures. And we can test it again. And that will be it for today, I think. And we got 3 of them. And we cannot turn them off anymore. Oh, I'm getting hurt by the fire from pretty far. So I might need to change the fire one's hitbox. Oh yeah, the hitbox is huge. Zero, 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 1, 1, 1. And 0.5. There we go. So this is how that I needed to change. Reverting this one and applying the change. There we go. So there we go. I think we can be proud. We not only made like the whole central mechanic with the pressure plates and the force field, we also made like 2 gameplay variations. Thank you, let me know. And we also fixed a bug in Bab's menu. So yeah, we can be pretty proud of today's work. For now, let's just go here to just chatting thing for a sec. I want to thank you for being here today, as always. Because, you know, it's easy to hit a stream and to be there, but it's very hard to just be there and have a good time. And that is always thanks to you all. For now today, what we will do is start a raid with Boxit, because Boxit is online today. And that is a very rare occasion in which I can raid Boxit. So everyone, say hi. Boxit is such an amazing lowpoly artist. And have a fantastic time in there, okay? It will be fun, I guarantee that. Have a good day you all, and see you in 2 days, okay? For now, bye!